What's up, Sash? What's up, everybody? I'm about to just get started. So, we're talking about the four mental blocks that we have. So that I know, like, a lot of us have negative thoughts, but we don't know. Like, we just look at it like, okay, these are thoughts that don't serve me. But yet, if you understand the type of thought, then you'll be able to identify what you need to do in order to release them, right? And so I want to go through the four types of thoughts or mental blocks that we have that is stopping us that is stopping us from getting to the next level in life, manifesting and attracting things. And so before we get started, if you don't already know who I am, obviously you see it from my page, you see it from YouTube. I am Celicia Coach C, certified professional coach, and I'm also an expansion coach. And I invite people to grow with me. I say, don't just go through life, grow through life. Okay. I talk about all topics that deal with growing and moving forward in life, especially when it's centered around the growth within yourself. And so I just want to talk about the four types of mental blocks that's causing you to like diminish your energy and not move forward. And I wish I was very tech savvy like my homeboy Alec that's on here right now, because then I would have known I could have pulled up a little thing so y'all could see it like how I have it on YouTube. But hello, hello, hello. So the first type of can you tell me if I'm toxic? Bye, Sasha. The first thing that I want to talk about is the first one that I want to talk about is Gremlins, right? And so there's an acronym for this. It's called G.A.I.L s, G-A-I-L, and then S because it's multiple of them, right? So if you have a pen and paper, take it out. But the first one is called Gremlins. Now, Gremlins, those are the voices that tell you that you can't do something. So these are like the bully, like, girl, who do you think you are? Going out there and putting your business out there for you to attract clients. Who do you think you are to start selling a new product? And it's the voices that limit you. And when you think about the gremlins, you could think about like the little, you know how people have like the angel and the little devil on your shoulder. It's literally like the little devil on your shoulder that's wanting you to play small, that's talking to you and is saying things that are, it's like a bully, right? And so when we have these gremlins, a lot of times we have to think about who and where did this voice come from? Where did this originate from? And a lot of times the gremlins are the voices of our parents. They are the voices of our siblings, our caretakers. They are the voices of people who used to really bully you, right? They plant those seeds of negative thoughts and negative doubts, but this one is more like a bully, like it's beating you up, like your nose is too big. What are you doing that for? You're not pretty enough. You're not good enough. You know, the core voice of you not being good enough is what is the message that the gremlin brings. And so when we have these thoughts, right? When you have a thought and it's a negative self talk, you want to think about who was the first person that I heard this from, because most of the times it's from somebody who planted those seeds, right? And gremlins are honestly one of the hardest mental blocks to one identify, because a lot of times we take this on as our core voices, and we don't even see that we're doing this to ourselves. We don't even see that we're beating ourselves up, right? If we're telling ourselves a story like, I can't have that because I am like this, or I'm not good enough to have that because this person is and and I'm not like that person. So you have to really think about, where was the first time I heard this message about myself? Who planted this seed? What's up, JD? Who planted this seed? And so gremlins are really difficult because a lot of times people think that they are true. And so the next one is assumptions. Like, we hear this all the time. A lot of times people take on these assumptions and they act as if they are factual, right? You're assuming that this person didn't pick up my call, so they must not want to talk to me. I didn't make enough sales this week, so that must mean that my business is not going to be successful, right? So when you make these assumptions, when you're coming up with these thoughts, I want to get you guys in the mindset of catching these negative thoughts, because a lot of times they go under the radar and we've made them a norm. We've made them a home. And we need to understand that our thoughts don't even belong to us. They're just out there. And we can pick and choose which one we want to give the energy to. So when you have an assumption, when you have a thought and you know it don't feel good because it doesn't serve you, right? I'm not even classifying thoughts as negative. You got to ask yourself, like, okay, what are the facts that can back this up? Because a lot of times we're already reacting to something that we assumed and it's not even true and it's causing you harm. So, what are the facts that back this up? You can just send it to people, Sasha. There's a share button at the bottom. And so, when you don't have any facts to back up an assumption that you have in your mind, then you got to realize that it's you, right? This person didn't call. This person didn't answer my phone call, so they must be on BS. Okay, what are the facts that you have to back this up? Besides them not answering, what are the solid facts that you have to back this up? If you don't have any facts to back up your assumptions, then it's you. The negative thought is being consumed by you. And a lot of times we fall into these assumptions and we go down the rabbit hole of saying, yeah, and that's why, and that's why, and that's why, and that's why. And then we're in this rabbit hole of negative thoughts and it's not doing nothing but depleting our energy. And then when you actually hear the facts, you're like, oh, damn. And how long did you spend running down the rabbit hole with this negative thought? So when you have an assumption, when you are assuming something, a thought, you need to go and figure out what are the facts that back this up, right? So we have the gremlins, which is the negative self-talk. We have the assumptions, and now we got the interpretations. Now, interpretations is when for example, is when something happens and it makes you predict it to happen for the future. So, for example, I didn't get this job. I didn't get this job that I really, really, really wanted. So now when you go on another interview, you're like, oh, I'm probably not going to get this job because I didn't get the last one. Right? See, these are the things that we tell ourselves that we're not realizing, and it's stopping you from getting to where you want to go, because these mental blocks are real. These negative thoughts are real. So when you have the thought in your mind, when you're making these assumptions, I am not going to get this because I didn't get it in the past. Interpretations bring you, it's when you're pulling something that happened that's a past event and you're projecting it into the future to be true. So again, fact check your thoughts. When you have an assumption, an interpretation, and it is something that you're just pulling out, and the only things that you have to back it up is something in the past that's absolutely irrelevant to the present, then again, you have to go back and fact check your thoughts, right? And so the last one we have is limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs is when you just put a cap on your potential. I'm not good enough to do this job because this person is more, even though I have the years and the experience, this person has the degree. And so they're not going to choose me over them. So the whole point of what I'm saying is a lot of times we are defeating ourselves before we even put ourselves out there to win. Everyone has the potential to win. Everyone has the potential to reach the goals. It's 11:11. Everyone has the potential to reach the goals and to live the life that they deserve and they dream of, if you get out of your own damn way. You have to get out of your own way. And a lot of times how you're standing in your way is through your mindset. So get out of the mindset that you can't. When what is his name? Kiyosaki, he says, poor people are always talking about they can't. They can't, they can't, they can't, they can't. Rich people always talk about, I can, or show me how, right? And a lot of times we're telling ourselves that we can't. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. But, and then you're limiting yourself, and then you watching everybody else doing that. Now you feel some type of way. So at the end of the day, we really are our worst enemies. So check in with yourself and check in with your thoughts and check in with your mind. Like, don't let these thoughts slip under the radar. Like, oh, I'm not going to be able to. Oh, no, I don't have enough money for that. So it's not going to work out for me. How can I get the money so that it do work out for me? Because there's a lot of times where when we open ourselves, we're limiting our own possibilities because of our mindset. And again, it takes years. I remember I didn't even realize, to be truthful, I didn't even realize when I saw somebody, it don't matter, it could be somebody at the train station, it could be somebody random. My thoughts always went to, how can I ride this person? As a Jamaican, as a person who grew up in Chicago, it was like everyone always had to have a comeback ready because people were ready to come at you, right? People were ready to insult you. And I didn't even realize that I was already trained to have an insult in my back pocket for the next person that tried to pull it with me. And so when I noticed that, I'm like, oh my God, this is not something that I want to carry forward in my life, because what is it doing? It's already causing me to be at war with the world outside of me. And I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like I'm supported. I want to feel loved. And so I had to train myself to say, okay, anytime I see somebody, I have to think about something good about them. But these are thoughts that go under the radar. So then let's go back. We have the gremlins, right? Which are the negative self talks. It's the little bullies that pop up and be like, no, you can't do that. You're not cute enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not good enough. It's not going to work out for you. We have the assumptions. Oh, this is going to happen because I just know it is, because that's how I feel. Then we have the interpretations, like, well, it didn't work out for me in the past, right? We're pulling something, an event that happened in the past, and bringing it to the future. And then we have those limiting beliefs. That's like, nah, that's just not gonna be me. That's not gonna work out for me. Like, life is literally about your perspective. And so if you switch your perspective from you can't, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna work out for me, to I can, it's gonna happen, it's gonna work out for me, then you'll start to see all of the possibilities just show up for you and work itself out. Any questions? No? Are y'all with me? Any questions on YouTube? So y'all know how I'd like to do it. I like to keep it short and sweet. So if you want to go deeper into these concepts, if you want to learn more about what thoughts are, the origin of them, how you can use them to benefit your life, how you can switch your events, no matter what it is, into something positive, then sign up for my free mind workshop. A lot of y'all are trapped in the prison of your negative thoughts in your mind, and it's really, really costing you. And this has been popular by demand. And right now, up until Black Friday, if you use the code free, you get $25 off. $25 off. And it literally is going to end on Black Friday. So don't play with me. I already have something set up for that. And if you already know, I'm Coach C. If you want to reach out to me, you know my handle at continued_expansion, or you can reach out to me through my website, www.continuedexpansion.com. Peace. How do I do this? Are you sure you want to end it? Yep. Mm-mm. Why can't I just... Oh,